He done took off the goddamn Panda. Now he looking like Winnie the Pooh. Man, we out of this motherfucker.
Everybody in the comment section on one accord was like, what the fuck and why you ain't been doing this?
With Desiigner, I think he really took a chance. And it worked. Like, what's one thing that these artists are doing wrong today? He said they are afraid to be themselves.
I'm rapping. I'm on the subway, the A train, in Brooklyn on every video I do. Like, Business Podcast. Okay.
Yeah. Timmy.
Panda. Man, we gonna chop it up. Desiigner, man, he's been releasing a lot of music lately. And to a lot of people's surprise, this music has not sounded anything like what he did prior with the Timmy Turner, with the Panda, with the...
I got broads in Atlanta, just to lean the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van. Legacies, family, wait and see, look like a panda.
That whole era of Desiigner is completely different from what we're hearing now.
I just keep forgiving, A lot of soldiers falling like it's Thanksgiving, Timmy got a burner, he just keep wishing, Try to feed my family, live it, one mission. I'm America's baby, show me love. Hit the murder scene, I shoot no glove.
And I don't know, when have we seen? Like, to me, I say, because I racked my brain trying to figure out when have I seen this before, and I can't remember a time when I've just seen this. Maybe in other genres, but hip hop, like that to boom bap, like
I can't think. I try my best to defend him, like he's not the first person who did it. But when you sit down and really think about it, this is just something that I've never seen, bro. I'm not mad at it though, bro. I'm really not.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I'm actually listening to his music now, which before I never did, and I can't help but the first word that pops into my mind is gimmick, as far as how he came out, and that's the only thing. Like, is this the gimmick we're seeing now, or is that the gimmick that we seen then?
No, I wouldn't say somebody will wait in the latter part of their career to now use or pull a gimmick. I think the best place to do it is in the beginning.
Wait and see, look like a panda, going out like a Montana.
I.e. 50 Cent. Whether you believe take it there or not, this whole industry was his way of getting recognized and getting noticed. Do you call it a gimmick? You have to. Because if you're not beefing with everybody till this day that you snapped on, that was a gimmick, right or wrong?
It looks like that. That perspective is, I would say that's a plausible perspective.
I don't think you like it though, but it's how I see it. You hear a lot of up and coming artists. You probably heard some of your homeboys that rap say, I'm gonna diss the whole game.
Right.
Why? Because they feel like that's a way of getting your name recognized. You know what I'm saying? So, with Desiigner, I think he really took a chance, and it worked. It worked, bro.
6 million subs.
I don't know what happened, but I guess I know he did say after Takeoff, he said he was done with music. He said he was done with music after that, and he was all online crying. If you look it up online, you'll see it. He was crying and all this, and as years passed, and then you bring this to my attention, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, and the thing about it, when you say the best time would be in the beginning, I don't think he would, if he didn't come out. And the thing is, he didn't, like 50, what you said, 50, like he came out almost impersonating another rapper that was hot. I think that's almost the wildest part is that was his gimmick to impersonate someone who's already out and popping.
Hitting the licks in the van, legacies, family, wait and see, look like a panda.
So I for that, all these people that's listening now, you see these comments. I was just reading some of these comments on here, and you know, Desiigner opened my eyes, and I've never listened to Desiigner before, but this shit here, his comments is flooded with those kind of comments, and I can't help but think if he came out rapping on these boom bap beats with all of these metaphors and lyricism, nobody would have gave a damn about no damn Desiigner.
Would you?
I don't think. I would if I knew who he was and he was doing what he's doing now. Yes, of course I would. But would he have 6 million subscribers? Like that subscriber base he got is not because of bars and lyricism. That subscriber base is from Timmy Turner and Panda.
I get where you're going with it, and I have to agree with you because of how we feel that the industry, it doesn't show the same love and respect to lyricism like it shows to just whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna call it trash music. The other music, you know what I'm saying? So I can't argue with you, but we just had a conversation. I ain't gonna go deep into it. You said if MJ played in the era where there was no legal defense, right? But we will never know how he would have played. Same goddamn thing with Timmy Desiigner. We just don't know because there are some lyricists out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's a Cole. I'm not saying he's a K-Dot. I'm not saying he's a Jid. I'm not saying he's a Big Crit. I'm not saying he's a Benny the Butcher. I'm not saying none of that. But those guys have had successful careers, correct?
That's true.
Okay,
that's true. The percentage of it happening, I do feel like is less.
Yeah.
But yes, you're exactly right. I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It says shortly after his song Panda went viral, basically, he signed with Kanye West Good Music. Kanye West Good Music, an imprint of Def Jam's, without releasing a debut solo album. He parted ways with both labels in 2019. 2016 followed up with Timmy Turner, Peak 34, Hot 100. Despite him being as a one-hit wonder, and I would say, yes, he's probably a two-hit wonder, but he is from Brooklyn, New York City, 28 years old.
Let me ask you this. I didn't know he signed with Good Music. Do you think he went to Kanye West with that song, the hit song he got? Or he went to Kanye West and was spitting in a studio or something like he's spitting right now? And
It
Kanye
was Panda.
was like, shit.
Nah, hell no. It was Panda. It was Panda. Because it says, wait a minute, it says 2015 debut single Panda. And then it says shortly after the song game, such and such, and he signed with Kanye. It was Panda, man. It was like, look, this is Future right here. This the next Future.
So I guess he saw the future, no pun intended. Because a lot of people do give Future so much respect in the rap game. They hold him in high regards in the industry.
Yeah.
I don't. He wouldn't be in my top 20 from today's hip hop. That's just me.
Right.
But obviously, if this was showcased to Kanye or whoever, any record label exec, and it was like, man, this sounds like Future, and that dude has a future. Let's run with it. Let's fucking run with it.
Yeah. But that wasn't bars. That was something else.
That's why it was shocking to me for him to be signed to Kanye, because Kanye is one of those dudes who was respected for his bars, even though I don't really give two shits about Kanye, but he's respected.
Well, yeah, he's respected, and even if not his bars, he's known to work with lyricists. That's how he came up working with the Jay-Z's and Cam'rons and shit, and the people who. So, and he still did, working with what is it, Sci-Hi. He's known to be tied to people who can write, who are good
Right.
writers, uh, good music. It's like an assembly line over there. But yeah, I just think it's very interesting, and I there's usually a progression, is what I'll say. There's a progression from an artist doing Timmy Turner to what he released, American Dream, the song that he just released a day ago. Like in this, it was more like night and day. This, and then a couple years later, I think it says he got a gun charge or something that happened, and then you just hear this. So,
how far you think this can take him at this point in his career?
It'll take him as far as it will take someone like a Dave East, or someone in that ilk. As far as being a J. Cole or Kendrick, there's a certain star power that they have to be able to bleed into different zones, and it looks like with him, he's putting himself in this box. I can't see him coming out with. Well, maybe he will later on, but right now he's been in this hip hop, this box of bars, beats, boom, pap. I'm here. I'm rapping. I'm on the subway, the A train in Brooklyn on every video I do. Like it's crazy because every video he's done, he's been in Brooklyn with the Timberland boots and the bubble jacket. Like his whole aesthetic has changed from what we see. So I think he's trying to put himself and keep himself protected by this bubble of hip hop, traditional hip hop.
Maybe he was one of those guys from up north, New York, wherever you want to say, that says, you know what, and this is not to be arrogant or cocky. The South is where it's at right now. They're getting a lot of numbers. Right. I should maybe come out with something that's similar to what they're doing to gain more followers from a different region of the world or the country, and then go back to what I truly know. But then again, what happened with Takeoff, maybe that was unexpected. And I didn't know he had that type of relationship with him in the first place, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he was doing prior to Takeoff untimely demise, because we haven't heard from Desiigner in God knows how long.
Yeah.
And then now something clicked inside him and said, I'm going back to my roots. Fuck it. That's why I'm from New York. I'm gonna be New York, and I'm gonna show New York when I come back out. And that's what he's done.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him, bro.
No, I'm definitely not. I think it was a good decision to do that. Saying, you know what, let me do this on my terms type of thing. Let me not, do I think he should have did that from the jump? Yes, but I get it, I guess. And when you talk about the South, and I'm gonna go, you had an example of Desiigner doing that with the South. And another example I seen of that, I was watching a Ty Dolla $ign interview, and he was talking about his come up basically, and Tooted and Booted. I don't know if you remember a song called Tooted and Booted, doom 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 doom, Tooted and Booted, doom doom doom.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. Okay. So he said at this time that he was making a lot of different kind of music, but this song, it wasn't like anything that he was making prior. And he said what made him go to that, it had a snap in it. And he said the South, man, they was coming with that, D4L was popping. And he seen the effect of playing a D4L song. He said something like he was somewhere in the studio and they played that D4L and the girls got up, and he just seen the energy kind of shift. And he's like, man, I gotta tap into this. And he made, because Ty Dolla $ign is a producer, and he made the beat for Tooted and Booted. YG was he was doing like jerk music or something, and I guess YG got on it, and that was his first big hit type of thing, and that came influence from the South. So I just wanted to bring another instance of that because it did happen, man, at a certain point. So
yeah, it happened from several codes. I think one of Jay-Z biggest songs or features was Big Pimpin'. Of course, that was huge for him, and I think it really helped his career. You'll hear a lot of people from the South say they don't listen to Jay-Z. That's cap. That's fucking cap. I know I listen to him, and I know I'm just one of a few many, but Jay-Z, he's respected. We've seen this. We've seen that with Meek Mills, with Around Here. Meek Mills is New York, nigga, and he on the song with T.I. and Trick that, and actually Jay-Z didn't want that shit to happen. But he was like, nah.
You talking about Memphis Bleak.
Memphis Bleak, who I said?
Yeah, Meek Mill.
Meek Mills, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about, though.
Yeah, sorry about that. But Jay-Z didn't even want him to do the song, but that was one of Memphis Bleak's biggest goddamn songs in his career.
Probably my favorite, hands down, Memphis Bleak song. So yeah, I mean it happens. I think it's just from Desiigner perspective. It's shocking from the audience, and that's what you see in his comment section. It's just people like, the mind blown emojis and shit. I remember the first one he did when he came back. That's all you seen was mind blown emojis. People like, what the fuck? Like everybody in the comment section on one accord was like, what the fuck? And why you ain't been doing this? Like, so, it's dope though. I ain't mad at it,
Yeah, and one thing, Bismarck, I always say, and I always go back to this. God bless his soul. As he was in, I think he was in Rap City, the basement, and he was just DJing, and Big Ticket asked him, like, what's one thing that these artists are doing wrong today? He said they are afraid to be themselves. You never know what the game is missing. A lot of people like taking other people's blueprint and try to, somewhat make it theirs, when who you are, true to yourself, who you are, is what the game is. Just think about it. We would have never heard no country grammar if Nelly was afraid to be himself. We would have never heard no Eminem if Eminem was afraid to be himself. K-Dot, Andre 3 Stacks. These are people that, like, I'm going to take a chance on you. Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott. These are artists that came out a little different, but the game embraced them, and they made millions and millions of dollars, man. So don't be afraid to be who you are. Stay true to yourself.
Yeah. And you know what, your boy Tip, man, he said something that I thought was powerful on that. He with the Expeditiously with PSC. I was just watching that, and or may have been not him, may have been Mac Bone. I don't know who it was, but said, they was talking about everything where everybody sounding the same type of thing. And he was like, well, shit, if everybody sounding the same, you do, it's just easier for you to stick out because you're doing something different. So that's another way to look at it,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Stick to who you are, man. Stick to who you are. Stay true to yourself. I'm very interested to see how far this goes for Desiigner. You never know. We seen what happened with Killer Mike. He revitalized his career at the latter part of his career. Not saying he switched up anything, because he didn't. So it's never too late to put out a goddamn hit, man.
I'm thinking a Joey Badass feature or something, for the kid Desiigner, man. I'm thinking something like that, man. Get you a Joey Badass feature and y'all bar out for a good, I always go to Benny anytime I'm always any East Coast artists that I feel like they need a feature. I'm always gonna say Benny first, but yeah, Joey, that'd be dope,
say
man.
Benny first? Benny? Not your boy?
Well, you talking about Freddie Gibbs? He from the Midwest, so I claim him. I claim him as my own.
Okay.
So.
Well, he sure got a flow like a goddamn New Yorker, bro. God damn. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he from Gary, Indiana, the home of Michael Jackson.
He had y'all knew that. Hey man, that's
yeah.
Great. He's a great.
But yeah, man.
Salute the Desiigner for waking up and going back to his roots, man.
Yeah. I ain't really got too much else for it though, man. Let us know in the comment section how y'all feel. Was it a gimmick? Was he being faked in? Is that some fuck shit when he was doing that shit? Was that some fuck shit he was doing? And can we hold that against him now? Let us know in the comment section. You can answer that as well in conclusion as we ride out.
He took off the goddamn Panda. Now he looking like Winnie the Pooh. Man, we out of this motherfucker.